Greetings and welcome into the Eric St. Show podcast, a daily show where I discuss news, nonsense, and my personal adventures each and every day from right here in the Impact Power Sports studio. Impact Power Sports online at impactpowersportsmi.com. Go there for a Yamaha golf cart. In fact, I'm giving you a chance to win a Yamaha golf cart. You can sign up to win a Yamaha golf cart, a Detroit Lions Yamaha golf cart at Gun Lake Casino. That's where it's on display. You can sign up to win that thing. They have watch parties each Sunday for the football game. And you can sign up to win the Eric Zane Show podcast golf cart. Welcome to the show. The Great Food Giveaway update is as follows. We are $514.75 away from the fundraising goal of $5,577.75. We got some donations yesterday. Thank you to the multi-talented Rebecca Shea. I'm pretty sure Becca Shea has donated more than once. That is so sweet of you. If you haven't, just go with it. Yeah, I do believe that's true. Maybe not. I don't know. Anyway, thank you so much. And Josh D. for sending along some cash. $514.75 remaining to collect. We have collected $5,063.07 with our virtual hat passing. And what that means, Scott. Talking about our pals on Free Beer and Hot Wings. I saw there was some scuttle that some bad words were said on the radio or something like that. Ben says, F-bombs from Steve's audio. I will be pulling, he says. It wasn't Steve saying F-bombs, was it? Like Steve said bad words? So you heard Steve swear? Is that what... Well, I doubt it'll be available on the audio podcast. I'm sure they'll go ahead and cut that out of the podcast. I mean, that I hope they don't. That'd be hilarious. Scott says he missed a pull of audio. I've had that happen myself. I can't throw stones. I don't, that makes the show interesting when those moments happen. The best was when I was at WBBL and I wanted to remove the F word out of a piece of audio that I was editing. I've talked about this before, but the studio that I was in served as the on-air studio as well. And if you didn't hit a certain button, whatever you're editing could go over the air very, very easily. So I highlighted the word fuck. And I kept playing it over and over, so it sounded like fuck, 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 fuck. And it was me saying fuck. And I don't know why I was editing it. It doesn't matter. All you need to know is that it was going on over the air. You're fuck, 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 fuck. And Dan Patrick was, interviewing somebody or doing the show. And so during the Dan Patrick show, while the Dan Patrick show is playing, you're hearing fuck, 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 fuck. And then Crystal comes into the radio station, or comes into the studio. She goes, "Why are you swearing on the air?" I go, "What are you talking about?" She goes, "Why are you?" And I didn't know what she was talking about. I should have. And then as she was in there, it hit me. And I was like, "Uh-oh. Uh-oh." That I had, that I was doing that. So that was awful. So I just denied it and then pretended like it didn't happen. And no one was the wiser. One of the comments says, Hey, Gunner, we got a situation out here. You're not going to believe it. That was from the radio station, what was that? WIVK in Knoxville, Tennessee. I can't look for it right now because I'm talking, so I'd screw it up. It'd be too much. I'll just tell the story. It was heavy storms moving through East Tennessee, and WIVK, known as WIVIC, they would oftentimes put people on the air during these like emergencies, which I guess it was a weather emergency. So I was hanging out in my house after the show, doing my thing, watching the kids. I get a phone call from the dearly departed Billy Kidd. Hey man, WIVIC's taking live calls because of this storm. They'll know my name, but they won't know it's you. And I'm like, okay, yeah, sure. Or he didn't say that. He said, they'll recognize my voice, which I don't think they would have. So I dial the phone, and you got the guy who's on the air there. His name is Gunner. And he referred to himself as your old cowboy pal, Gunner, which whenever you hear me say, your old pal EZ, that's me imitating him. He's on the radio taking calls from people, and he's got, like, the guy who's the newsman with him, and it's all serious, you know? There's high winds coming up. You know, he's talking about all the weather. And then I hear the phone pick up, and on those phone systems, it's called a Gentner. When they pick it up in the studio, you hear, and so I hear the Gentner switch over, and Gunner goes, and I have a tape in the tape recorder, and I'm recording it. I'll play this. I'll find this and play it later, either on the Patreon or tomorrow on this show. WIVK, you're live. And then I said, hey, Gunner, things are bad here. We got us a situation. He goes, what happened? I go, it's raining dicks and pussies. There's a pause. And then he goes, okay. And then, folks, I have to remind you, this is live radio. We apologize. And then I don't have this part on the recording, but I had that part. I have that part on recording. You hear the newsman come in and start bitching that we're going to trace that call and we're going to find out who did that and they will be prosecuted to the fullest extent of the law. Oh, it was fantastic. Gunner, we got us a situation here. I'm looking forward as we speak. The search functions on the EZ Blue Frost IT setup. I'll try to locate it, but I don't know if I'm going to find it. All right. So I guess the shit hit the fan with Steve. I can't. That's a good thing for them. Hold on. I'm going already in like 5 directions. Ben Glaze is here. We have a Big Fraud Wednesday today at 6 p.m. We get started with Who Are These Free Beers? It's going to be an excellent show. I'm excited about it. I've got my clips in order. Ben has his. Maybe we'll have that audio. I don't know. When something interesting like that happens on that show, that's actually very good for business. And I can guarantee you it was accidental. But you know who probably lost his shit was Greg. You can get in some serious trouble. Not really from the FCC. Ben said, I remember an intro that only aired once that Joe had the N-word in it, and you guys let it go and then gave him a bunch of shit about it. Yeah, it was taken like from a film or something like that. All right. Back to the great food giveaway. We need $514.75. Will you be the person that puts us over? I see that Megan said that County Commissioner Sparks, I don't know who that is, but that's very kind, just dropped off donations for Team Pink. If everybody shows up at the great food giveaway and picks up some Team Pink items, feminine hygiene products, that would be outstanding. Thank you in advance. I will keep an eye on the donation bin for the great food giveaway. We just had one roll in. Thank you to Theron or Theron, Theron. That's an outstanding name, by the way. I am revealing some information, but I kind of have to in order to have a real-time update. We now have a need of $464.75. Can we possibly have this taken care of by the end of this little podcast today? Is this even a possibility? I hope so. $464.75 away. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I just shared with the chat audience the info again. Bread Bowl Brain Chris had a comment. We need podcast listeners, audio listeners, to get in on this action. Come on, guys. Let's get this over the line. This needs to be done. I would love this to be done today. All of the food is being purchased this weekend. Now, I cannot sit and talk about this just today. There's a lot of things I want to get to today that people want me to chat about, including the controversy that has erupted over the holiday break-ins, which I sometimes refer to as the holiday fake-ins. But I refer to it as the holiday fake-ins for not the reasons that people are charging at me about. I have been inundated with hate and people attacking me with horrible comments saying that I am fabricating lies about the holiday fake-ins. And I have done nothing of the sort. Stevie is calling out sponsors. A&E Heating and Cooling, TC Paintball, and Mario Flores. Now, that's not my thing. I don't make sponsors. I don't ever hijack or handcuff sponsors, but I can't tell people what to do. I shouldn't say handcuff. What's the word I'm looking for? Blackmail sponsors. However, you will get special attention. I mean, look at what has happened with Irvine's. Their attention to the Great Food Giveaway has resulted in very important publicity. And you might be like, oh, well, charitable events shouldn't be associated with publicity. No, yes, they should. They have that's what makes it work. Okay? The publicity for the ones that are donating all of the things that go with an event like this, location, manpower, hours, logistics, all of that works because of publicity. Don't ever let anybody tell you that they do something not for publicity. Everybody does it for publicity, which kind of what leads me back to the whole holiday fake-ins thing about how that whole thing has been bastardized. We just got hit with another $25 donation. Thank you to Josh B. Now, these people are donating. There are people who are donating more than once. That is so sweet. That puts us in need of $439.75. Thank you to Josh B. Ben asks for the holiday fake-ins if I want him to pull the sniffs this year. Well, no, I don't want you to do that. I don't want you to do, that's a lot of work. And I take great pride in compiling the sniffs. And the sniffs are part of the theater of the world famous holiday fake-ins / break-ins. Which reminds me, I have added a video element to the Free Beer Sniffle Supercut. Now, I don't know now if when Free Beer sniffs, if he's actually crying. I never got the impression that he was actually being driven to tears and sniffles when, for the better part of 2 decades, we did the holiday break-ins. I know that early on in the holiday break-ins, there were no sniffles. Nobody would sniffle. We do the fucking thing, and then we get the fuck out of there. But as time has passed, the sniffles, are you all right, Bruce? Have become a mainstay. So I want you to think about this. Can we get some bets? First, I want to check. Okay, before I even get into that, let's just get into this because I can already tell the way my brain is going today that I'm going to start and not finish about 8 million things here on this show. Oh, my God. Rebecca K. has just, okay, we needed $439.75. She just threw the $39.75 at us. So now it's down to $400. And then Brian B. just dropped $30. So in real time, $370 is where we are at. Oh, my God. Well, maybe this Sniffle Fest with still video will move you even more. I wrote on the book, in honor of the holiday, quote, fake-ins, it's time to present the totally not fake Sniffle Supercut from last year. Easy is taking bets this year as to the number of not at all fake sniffles during this year's broadcast. Hashtag this is a good village, which may have been one of the corniest things I have
Fancy idiots, yes.
Oops,
Zafter,
I have ever heard.
What a one. Fancy idiots, yes. Zafter.
Here you go. Let's take a look and listen to the not at all fake Sniffle Supercut.
Fancy idiots, yes. Zafter, what a wonderful mom.
You know, that's Maria. Pull up now.
Undergone surgeries attacking her and where they live. And that's ultimately, yeah.
The closest. Kelly's next on the break-ins.
No over their heads to a house fire. Long term.
Wow.
Yeah, friends at Sarah Hunter. And we've got Liz Celebration Cinema.
Yeah. Gonna be good.
They could not remove it all. We got some from house to house. Well, that got us. you can't expect or plan for. You guys know how this is. They won't call me back.
Okay.
Don't do the wrong thing.
This is a good village that we're a part of.
Spoke to us, and
I love
they just
Dumping it all in there, decorating.
Thank you for your service to these families. Oh, that really got me. Captain.
Team, yeah. See them lose any more.
Fancy idiots.
Yes.
All right, there you go, folks. Brett Bull Brain Chris writes, surprisingly little hate on your posts so far. I just got word from Donut Dan, main man behind the Dirty Donut bike race, which I think you just go to dirtydonut.com. No, I'll find that out. dirtydonutrace.com. Powered by Consumers Credit Union. You can sign up for this year's Dirty Donut Race back to Shittsville, Saturday, June 20th. He writes, for the rest of the podcast, I will match all donations up to $150. Are you fucking kidding me? That's incredible, Donut Dan. So if you right now donated $150, if everybody donated $150, Dan will match it. Wow. Think about that. So, I mean, doesn't have to be 150. Dan will match it up to 100. That is quite a generous thing right there. How about that? Man Bun Chris says, God, that village quote gets me every time. I could see him saying that to the boys after he was just a douche canoe to them. Man Bun says, LOL, I took it as 150 total, right? Wait a minute. So I guess I should get clarification from Dan before. Because Chris says I'm trying to bankrupt him.
Hello.
Hey, did I fuck that up?
A little bit.
Oh! All right. So a grand total of $150.
Yeah.
Okay. I thought.
To get us over the hump, that should get us really darn close to making the goal, right?
I got you. Yes, it will. I thought you were saying, all right, if 100 people donated $150, I'll match it.
Dude, I wish, but I'm just a retired cop. I'm not a fixed income, brother.
All right. My bad.
Yeah.
All right. Thank you.
We should be able to get to that.
I'm sure we will.
Okay.
All right, see you.
All right, see you.
Thank you. Bye. 150 max total. Yes. Oh, okay. I thought he was saying like overall. That's outstanding. I wonder if anybody's taken him up on that yet. Okay. Wallet. Transactions. God, I'm so old. No one yet. Okay, so I titled this podcast. God, what did I title this? Hey, Easy, are the holiday break-ins fake? I have gotten several people and at least one TV station asking for comment about this. Now, the holiday break-ins, I don't know if they're fake. I have no idea. I haven't been part of them in almost 10 years. It has been that long since I have been part of the holiday break-in. So I cannot say what is up and what is down. I know that when I was there, they were not fake, but there was a lot of theater that went into it, which is what I said. I never said these are all a scam or they didn't happen, because that's what people were taking that as. And I'm like, no, that I posted a reel on Facebook that I think it was the title that got people. I wrote, exposed how radio holiday break-ins are manufactured. Fake details, staged crying sniffles, and the ethics behind radio theater. Yes. Now, nowhere did I say what people were accusing me of. And I was being attacked by numerous people from the Segment 18 group. I got personal messages on Facebook and DMs and whatever. And, just various horrible things being said. I even had one person say, I know where you live, which is disgusting, which I've gotten those ever since I started talking about free beer on the regular. Josh. Is this Josh H? Thank you, Josh. Just sent $50. And so that means that Dan will follow that up with 50 of his own. So I am going to take 370 and make it 270. So Dan right now is on the hook for 50. With another 100, Dan will be on the hook for another 100. So right now we are at $270 needed on the Great Food Giveaway. Thank you to Josh. Sorry, I'm getting distracted here. I'll come back to that in a second. So I guess my answer is I don't know if they're fake. Who knows? I would assume not. All I know is that the theater involved is completely unnecessary, and it's become the sponsorship involved. You have companies that are now on board that basically it's an advertising package. The money goes into the holiday break-ins, and then you're like, yeah, it's brought to you by Sarah Honda Granville. It's brought to you by Talsma Furniture. It's brought to you by whoever the fuck. When I came up with the idea for the holiday break-ins, I called a radio producer friend of mine named Tommy because he did it first. And I went ahead and got all the information about how he did it, got his blessing, and the rest is history. The idea was, let's do one that has nothing to do with sponsorships. We somehow, one way or another, come up with the money, and then that's it. It's become a living, breathing entity that is fucking one of the corniest things ever. And then it is accentuated by the Sniffle Fest. For the longest time, we didn't have the Sniffle Fest. And then the Sniffle Fest became a thing. And now it is burned into the show. And that's why I posted on Facebook. Tommy in San Diego, Tommy Sablin, is that his name? Yeah, he was part of the Jeff and Jer show. I've known him forever. So this is what I posted yesterday that pissed everybody off. I always do it is, what the fuck? The way Greg would always do it is when it was Greg's turn to do the break-in, Greg would take his phone and step outside of the studio and call in. Okay, I think we all did that, by the way. Again, all theater and all the sniffles. We can't go talk about the holiday break-ins or the fake-ins without talking about the fake sniffles. Now, maybe now they're not fake, but When I watched him with my own eyes, he would sit there, and then at a key moment, he'd go and sniff. The next point I talk about how, like, we'd find out who the recipient was. A woman with 2 kids, and they're really down in their luck. And but when we talk about it on the air, it'd be woman, 6 kids, abused, husband left her. She had 2 black eyes when he left. Now she has cancer, and none of the kids have limbs, and they just got robbed, and then a tornado hit the house, and then a terrible flood, and then there was an earthquake, and I was like, really? It got to be a little bit much, in my opinion. And then the amount of sponsors involved. And that all started from another radio station. It was a station in Nashville called The Buzz, when we would, like, get somebody on from the radio station. Yeah, so let's go to so-and-so in Nashville who's doing the break-ins. Yeah, we're just here doing the so-and-so Lincoln Mercury break-ins. I'm like, what the fuck is going on with this thing? Too many cooks. I could never understand it. And then added into this, and this might be the Grinch in me, but I found nothing redeeming or interesting than all of us sitting around and hearing about this horrible scenario that is taking place with this family, and then them getting all of this shit thrown into their trailer. It always was, I felt terrible about it. I didn't like participating. It got to be too much, and I hated it. I hated every second of it. It felt phony. I felt disgusted. I felt awful, and I couldn't wait for it to end. Could not wait for it to end. So bad. So bad. When it was Greg's turn to do the break-in, I ended up getting fired. Because if I had to sit through this nauseating bullshit, I would probably throw up now. Alan says, nice cough drop, crunch, ear rape. I can't help it. Rebecca says, it's amazing. I love that you pull back the curtain and their listeners go bananas. Oh, they hate it. You see, some of these losers that listen to that show, these are some of the worst people on the planet. And they don't do anything nice for anyone. None of them. First of all, they're all broke. And this is their idea of charity. Listening to the holiday break-ins and having a sniffle fest with fuck-face free beer. That's their idea of charity. It's the only thing that they think is nice. And they gather around the radio and they're like, oh, this is my favorite show of the year. I love feeling like shit. What kind of a sick fuck would find that entertaining? My God. Justin F. is here, and he just dropped $50. That means Donut Dan drops $50. Wow. That means we're down to $170 needed for the funds for the Great Food Giveaway. I am so excited about that. Great job. Ladies and gentlemen, we have a visitor that hasn't been here in a long time. It is the one, the only, Hurricane Ashley. Now, Hurricane Ashley has a history on this show and that show as well. She used to date that producer Joe. You remember that deal? And by the way, she was right. It's been way too long since we've seen or heard from you. So glad to have you here. She says, I watched all of this live before with St. Joe. It was wild. Yeah, if you can back me up on any of the insight of the theater that goes into the holiday fake-ins. It's incredible. Did Joe hate them like I did? I hated the holiday break-ins. I liked the fact that people would benefit, but the radio was bad. It was just bad radio. And anybody who listens to that and says, oh, this is so good, it sucks. It's shitty. You don't know what good radio is. You're a fucking moron if you think that's interesting. To just hear horrible stories about a mom whose entire family has AIDS, cancer, or ALS, which may or may not be true. Alan says, get Ashley on the phone. Ashley's busy. She has a job. Ashley is the one who gave the dog a bath in the sink at Irvine's Auto Repair. Please, if there's dogs there or if there's people, don't give people a bath in the sink at Irvine's. Or don't give anything a bath in the sink, ever. Oh, my God. What the fuck are you talking about? Oh, my... Fuck you. Oh, my God, I miss everybody so much. What a bunch of fucking losers. Oh, my God. Oh, I love you so much. I love everybody. Fuck off. You're such a cock. What an asshole. Fuck you. I love you so much. Oh, my God. It's been a while since we've heard that. Rich writes, shut up. I hate you. I'll show you my titties. Fuck you. I've got great tits. Fuck. Fucking psycho. What an idiot. All right. This email. Unrelated. Hey, Eric, I was flipping through Big 101.3 the other day. And the song You're So Vain by Carly Simon, I don't know who the fuck sang it, came on. And you gave a salute to Tony Gates. It was hilarious. Something about having to be in the parking lot of the radio station to tune it. No, what I said was, I go, yeah, You're So Vain. That goes out to Tone, the fun guy, who I guess just got a gig. Congrats. He's on WGLM. Of course, you got to be in the parking lot of the radio station to hear him, but good for you, or some crack like that. Today on Big 101.3, I was voice tracking on Big 101.3. So I'm doing two things at once in the morning. I voice track the iHeart station, and then I hit a button, and instead of the microphone going to iHeart, it goes to Northern Michigan. So that show is live. So I'm voice tracking one station for the afternoon and then live on the morning show. So I hit Q100, but I said Big 101.3. So I was coming out of like the Clash, Police on My Back. No, it wasn't. It was Grandma Got Run Over by a Reindeer, which we actually play on Big 101.3. So I played Grandma Got Run Over by a Reindeer on Q100, but instead of saying Q100, I said Big 101.3, the fun hits you know, which that's happened more than once. Fuck. All right, Ashley, this is what you need to know. The Great Food giveaway is there. We're passing the virtual hat. I need $50 because then Dan will match it. as we work our way towards $5,577.75. And we need 170. If you give 50, Venmo at Eric-Zaitunian, Cash App, $ Eric Zaitunian, PayPal, Eric Zane Show, LLC. If you give 50, Dan will match it. Now, I know that money could go towards Magnum condoms for a blind date that you may be going on. But for the love of God, now is the time. Fuck yo. Rich C, I think, is a multi-time giver. He just dropped $10 into our love bucket. That means Dan has matched it. That means we are minus 150 from our goal. There is $40 more of match funds remaining for Donut Dan. Hang on a second. All right, I just heard dog noises, and Bruce puked twice. Okay, so that yesterday he puked, and today he puked. So I think I might have to take him in. I don't know what the fuck is going on here. You know, a couple pukes in a day is one thing, but now 2 days, now 5 pukes. I'm going to have to make an appointment. Fuck, we'll be doing a fundraiser for vet bills again. Well, I haven't done that, but. Bread Bull Brain Chris says that's why he couldn't get comfy on the couch. Yeah, I hope he feels better now. Thank you to Brian. That is $5. Thank you, buddy. Which means Donut Dan, 5 more. That means we are down to 140. And Donut Dan has a $35 match remaining. You all right, Bruce? I'm worried about my guy. Oh, my God. Oh, fuck you. Oh, yes. Ashley now has dropped the 40. So that means 35 more for Dan. So hold on a second here. 140 minus 75 total. Okay. Okay, so Dan, you're on the hook for the full 150. After Hurricane Ashley's donation. And that means that we have 65 remaining until this is done. So I am very confident that this will happen. Someone is going to put it over the top. I believe that. Thank you, Ashley. Hope you are well. You should drop by the Great Food Giveaway. That would be Tuesday, the 23rd of December at about 1 p.m. is when we'll get started. 3 p.m., we will be giving away the food. You could be the one in the hypothetical scenario who is the Great Food Giveaway car judge. Most recipients of the Great Food Giveaway are car judges. I should say most recipients of the Great Food Giveaway are in shitbox cars. And we love those shitbox. I drive a shitbox car. And so that's usually a good indicator that they definitely need some assistance. Okay? But we do have the occasional Escalade or Benz or Beamer or Audi or whatever. And if you are the car judge, you can go, okay, wait a minute. You're trying to get a free Christmas dinner, but you're driving a brand new Escalade. Get the fuck out of the line. Somebody might need that role at some point for the Great Food Giveaway. We don't fuck around on the Great Food Giveaway. We want people who are legit having a hard fucking time. Thanks again to Fox 17 for having me on. The goal of that was just to spread the word, and they did an outstanding job. Hold on a second. I got to check on Bruce again. You okay? Oh, my God. Come here. So ears are back. It looks like fuck. Intermission and call the vet, like Linda said. Poor guy. That's a great idea. You know what? I'm going to take you up on that. Thank you for that suggestion. I will call the vet right now because sometimes it's tough to get in. So the sooner the better. So thank you for that suggestion. Sorry. 1:30 it is. So thank you for the suggestion. We'll get Bruce in there right away. Okay. Hang on a second here. I got to check where I'm at on this deal. Thank you, Ashley. I appreciate that. $65 needed. And we'll go from there. All right. So I wanted to cover some of that. Tyler says, I'll bring Bruce in later. Hey, just wondering again if you guys are interested in trading vet care for sponsorship. Oh, I tried that. I made the full court press, and it just did not work out. Ashley says, I'm open to all jobs, all dates, and all roles. Happy to help. My wife at Runner Girl Amy never lets me out of the house anymore. Yoda World says, doctors like to take Christmas off through the New Year's, so yeah. Rebecca says, poor boy, better to call his vet so you can avoid getting raked over the coals by the emergency vet. All right. So Trump is going to speak tonight, ladies and gentlemen. I think he's doing a victory lap. Trump announced, I'm not going to watch it. He has announced that at 9 p.m. tonight, he is going to do, well, he's got to do a fucking whatever the fuck, address the nation. He says, my fellow Americans, I will be giving an address to the nation tomorrow night live from the White House. He wrote yesterday on Truth Social. I look forward to seeing you then. It has been a great year for our country, and the best is yet to come, he wrote. He did not provide any further details of the address. The address comes as Trump approaches the 1-year mark of his second administration. So, yeah, here he is. He's about 1 year in, and as he's getting closer to the 1-year mark, the less than 24-hour dancing on the grave of Rob Reiner, I don't think that that's going to come up. He doubled down on that yesterday. We shared that later on in the day. I think it was on the Patreon bonus podcast. The president has faced blowback from critics recently for his messaging on affordability ahead of the midterms and his focus on foreign policy. However, the president appears to be turning his attention increasingly to domestic matters, traveling to the battleground state of Pennsylvania last week to tout his administration's efforts to fight inflation. He's slated to visit battleground North Carolina on Friday. The latest polling average has him polling with an approval rating up 3.5 percentage points to 44.8% over the past month. That right there is proof positive that no matter what he says or does, he's going to get over. Anyone who hasn't yet accepted that is in for a rough rest of the 3 years. I don't know going forward if there will be anyone ever like Trump in the presidency. The way he handles himself. Like, let's just say, for the sake of this argument, that a Republican wins the presidency after Trump. Let's say it's J.D. Vance. There's no way in hell J.D. Vance would go after Rob Reiner the same way Trump did. Speaking of that, Mick Foley, the former pro wrestler, I think he was in town recently or is about to be in town at the Pyramid Scheme in Grand Rapids. He has announced that the straw that broke the camel's back is the Rob Reiner incident that happened with Trump. Foley is still associated, or was, with WWE. He has now said that since WWE is not distancing itself from Trump after the Rob Reiner incident, that he is in fact distancing himself from WWE. He was inducted into the Hall of Fame in 2013. He said Trump's incredibly cruel comments in the wake of Rob Reiner's death were the final straw for him. I no longer wish to represent a company that coddles a man so seemingly void of compassion as he marches our country towards, do I say autocracy? Autocracy? A-U-T-O-C-R. How do I say that word, Red Bull Brain Chris? I don't even know what that even means. Last night, I informed WWE Talent Relations that I would not be making any appearances for the company as long as this man remains in office. Boy, I wouldn't have done that. I would have just pretended it didn't happen. I wouldn't even have thought of that. Trump is in the WWE Hall of Fame as a celebrity honoree in 2013, claimed without evidence that the killing of Rob Reiner and his wife Michelle was due to their politics. Boy, that could have been a bigger swing and a miss. It might have been an intentional swing and a miss, just to basically dance on the coffin of Rob Reiner. By the way, I saw something. I forgot the term, but there is a term for the eyes that Rob Reiner's son, Nick, has. He's got those fucking eyes where you can see the white part of his eyes underneath the iris. And there's a term for that. And the legend is that if you can see the whites of their eyes under the eyes, like underneath the iris, that it means like they're a total asshole or a drug addict or some shit. I'm getting probably 5% of that right, but I'm getting enough of it right that if you were to look it up, you would see what I'm talking about. This isn't the first time Foley has been outspoken against Trump during the lead up to the 2024 election. He went on The Undertaker's podcast and criticized candidate Trump. WWE Chief Content Officer Triple H has appeared at a number of White House events since Trump returned to office. Linda McMahon, which is Triple H's mother-in-law and former CEO of WWE, is currently the U.S. Secretary of Education. What a fucking weird world we live in right now. Seriously. Becca Shea says dead eyes. No, that's not the term. It begins with an S. I got to look it up. Term for eyes when you can see the whites under the eye. It's a Japanese term. Sanpaku. Sanpaku eyes. Celebrities with Sanpaku eyes. Wait, hold on a second before I get to that. Sanpaku eyes carries cultural meanings tied to imbalance or danger, though medically it's often just genetics. There was something about being a junkie, I swear to God. While lore links it to destiny, science doesn't support predicting personality or future events. Princess Diana had Sanpaku eyes. So Billie Eilish, she has Sanpaku eyes. Sorry, folks. I got massively distracted not long ago, and it's really bothering me, but I'm keeping it close to the vest. Celebrities with Sanpaku eyes. This is a great example right here. Like, this is Billie Eilish. I mean, this is she looks sick. And Robert Pattinson has Sanpaku eyes. JFK had these eyes. And Nick, what's this fuck? Reiner, he had Sanpaku eyes. He has Sanpaku eyes. So I saw that going around. I just found it interesting. Probably doesn't mean anything, but fuck it. Murder lover Linda says, maybe you should call it a show with all that you have going on. No, I'm okay. I am distracted. There is something cooking that I'm super bothered by, and none of you have any idea of what it is. I'm like so goddamn, right now, I am so goddamn pissed off, and I can guarantee you none of you know what it is or why it is. But I am actually furious. I will give anybody $1 if they can guess what has taken place here that has made me so goddamn upset. I am absolutely livid at what has happened here. Becca Shea says $1. LOL. I do want to salute the sponsors as always. Thank you so much for being part of the show. I've teamed up with Skydive Grand Haven again. They are fantastic. And you can now get a tandem jump from Skydive Grand Haven for $249. You go to skydivegrandhaven.com, click where it says Shop Gift Certificates, and then go ahead and buy the tandem jump for $249. You can jump with me this summer. I wasn't kidding about that Black Friday deal when I said you're not going to get this any more than once a year at Black Friday for $199, but that's still dirt cheap at $249. So if you really want to help me out and you've always wanted to cross this off your list, on your bucket list, go to skydivegrandhaven.com and get the $249 tandem jump from Skydive Grand Haven. SkydiveGrandhaven.com is where you go. This is a once-in-a-lifetime thing. If you give the tandem jump away as a gift for someone for Christmas, and there is still time, all you got to do is buy it, and it's yours. And you can present it as a gift, stocking stuffer, whatever it may be. Once-in-a-lifetime opportunity, and this person who you give it to, or maybe it's yourself, will never, ever forget it. SkydiveGrandhaven.com. Irvine's is here, 616-532-6600. Irvine's Auto Repair, Grand Rapids Hybrid and EV, ervines.com. I did hear from Megan, and I got some information from her yesterday. Okay, she had a couple changes, and then she said, forget that I said that. And then she added, she's changing my list for next day items. No change as of now. You can still support Team Pink by going to the wish list, which I will post again in the chat for Team Pink. Sorry, I know for a fact. I can just feel it. I mean, I know enough. That you can tell that my energy is going like 5 different directions now, and what is normally hyper-focused is not what is happening right now. Red Bull Brain Chris says your Facebook page has been thrown in jail. Incorrect. Is it something one of us did? Technically, yes. Not anyone that's chatting. All right? You're like, wait a minute, what? Rebecca says, will Irvine's accept walk-in donations of products? Yes. I will be bringing walk-in donations of products myself. All right, so we are still stuck at $65. If you've got that money floating around, by all means, send it along. $65, and we will be at the goal. Thank you so much. All right. Sponsor-wise, I do also want to shout out my friends at Merchant Automotive. If you have a truck with a Duramax diesel engine or an Allison transmission, merchant-automotive.com. Merchant-automotive.com. If you're in the weeds with your Duramax or your Allison, you want them to take care of it for you, you can call upon them. They are in Zeeland, Michigan, and you can go to their website, merchant-automotive.com, and shop online for their kits that help make your DIY repairs that much easier, or upgrading your equipment that you work on right now. Merchant-automotive.com. Okay, I've got to focus here. I've got to focus. I don't know how I can. I'm just gonna bail. Thank you, folks. I appreciate you so much, and I will talk to you down the road. I'll try to regroup here and come up with a Patreon. I will do a Patreon show, but I will talk. Thank you so much.